Hey, hello everybody. I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight to this video. My name is Peter Eisman. I'm with NoteEDU.com, and this video is to introduce you to a new training program that we put together called Creating Wealth with Notes. And it is a complete online education on buying, selling, and profiting with mortgage notes. This is we know that many of the people on this watching this video, have no experience at all in the note industry, maybe no experience in the real estate industry either. So this may be brand new information to them. So we're kind of starting at the very basics with the program and just introducing them to what a note is and how a note works and what it's all about. We also realize there are a lot of other people that'll be watching or joining the program that also have some experience in the note industry and maybe in real estate. So for them, it'll be kind of some parts of it will be a little bit of a refresher course, maybe a little bit of a different perspective on things than maybe they are used to. But anyway, let's go through this and we'll show you what this training program is all about and why we believe that we have something that is extremely valuable. First of all, you need to make room for a new paradigm in your thinking. And the paradigm is all about becoming the bank. Because quite simply, when you purchase a note from, wherever you get it, from an institution or a private seller, wherever it happens to be, you assume the responsibility that the bank has and the authority that the bank has to collect the payments on that particular obligation. Many people find this a little bit hard to wrap their heads around and really understand the fact that they, just an ordinary person, can become a bank and can purchase debt from banks. But that's what this training program is all about, and that's what we're going to show you how that works and how you can profit from that. When we put this program together, it was on the premise that we're taking you on a journey where you can create, or you will create, a whole new life for yourself by learning what we are teaching in this program. So that's what it's all about. Let's talk about some of the possibilities with the note business. First of all, one of the things I really love about the note business is that it's very scalable. You can grow this. You can start with one note, one or two notes, and work those notes, and you can grow this into any size business that you want. You can keep it very small, just buying maybe a couple of notes each year or each quarter or each month. Maybe investing just your own portfolio. Maybe you want to start buying for other people or brokering, or maybe you want to take it all the way and create your own fund with investor money. So this is a great business that can change and evolve over the years. And if you decide you want to start small, but maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, you decide you want to take it big, you can certainly do that. And that's one of the things I really love about this business. One of the other things is that you can run this business from anywhere in the world. And I mean that literally. Any country, because all you really need is a cell phone, internet access, a laptop, and possibly a fax machine from time to time. Just as an example, when I first got into the note business, late 2006, 2007, right around there, I was on vacation over in Spain, and I had 2 note deals I had just purchased, and I was working on both of them from my hotel room in Barcelona. So, and without a problem, I could do everything I needed to do from there. So, it was great, and it really opened my eyes to the possibilities of that business, because I'm looking eventually, when I retire, I want to be mobile. I want to be able to live in one country maybe for 6 months, maybe in another country for 6 months, or maybe just move around the States. But whatever the case may be, I can do that with this business. I'm not tied to one place, which is the great thing about it. I can do it part-time or full-time. Another great option with this business. You can work as few hours a week as you want or as many hours a week as you want. If you already have a business or a job and you need to supplement your income, you can do that part-time. You can create the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. And I touched on that a little bit with the mobility of it, but also in other aspects as well. What if you just want to work 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day? Maybe you only want to work 4 or 5 hours a week. and you want to be able to travel, you want to be able to play golf, you want to be able to do other activities, hang out with your kids, hang out with your wife or your husband. Maybe you like to, who knows, go fishing all day. But this business can help you create that kind of lifestyle and can really expand your possibilities for you. One of the real beautiful aspects of this business is that no money is required to get started, other than maybe some infrastructure money, office phone, fax, copier machine, cell phone, that kind of thing, computer. But most people have that already anyway, so it's not really an upfront expense for this business. The only other expense might be some of the assets that you're actually going to purchase, but you don't even need money to do that. There are lots of ways to do that, and we'll talk all about that in the program. So if you don't have any money, don't let that deter you, because it's not a problem, it's not an obstacle. So let's talk a little bit about what the note business is. So what it is there is a huge secondary market in this country that exists regarding the sale, purchase, and management of distressed assets of all types. And we're not going to get into them all here. We'll do that in the training program. But just know that this market exists, and it is out there. And right now, at this point in time, it is huge. It is an unprecedented market right now. Some of these assets, just briefly, are mortgage notes and REOs. And for those of you who don't know what an REO is, it's a real estate owned. It's an acronym that the banks use, and quite simply, all it is, it's a piece of property that was foreclosed on and taken back by the lending institution. And it's called real estate owned. And these are available as distressed assets as well. Mortgage notes, we all know what a mortgage is. These could be first position, second position. They could be residential, commercial. They could be retail. They could be office space, multifamily, farmland, construction. They can be a whole bunch of different things, even unsecured debt. So the distressed asset market is very, very wide, and there's a lot of places you can focus on. Finally, the average person like you and me, we can get involved in this business. Contrary to what a lot of people think, we can get involved buying, selling, managing all of these distressed assets. We purchase them from banks, credit unions, asset management companies, hedge funds, and even private sellers. And the most beautiful part of this whole equation is that we can buy these assets at huge discounts. And I'm talking about huge discounts. I'm not talking about the kind of discounts you can typically get on a brick and mortar property, maybe, 20, 30%, if you're lucky, 15%. I'm talking about huge discounts, 70%, 80%, 90% in some cases. And you can actually acquire properties by purchasing the notes and working through them. That's one of the exit strategies that we use and we talk about in our program. So maybe you're asking yourself, okay, I know what the opportunity is, I know what the note business is, but why would I want to be in the note business? Well, there's a lot of obvious reasons. As I just said, the opportunities in this market and this business right now are absolutely incredible. There is more distressed debt available than any point in time. And all you need to do is pick an area and focus on it and stay in that area, and you can do phenomenally well. Speaking more to that, we can cash in on this market by getting out there and learning how to work this system and learning how to work this business. It's got so many advantages over conventional real estate. For one, the mobility factor. If you're buying brick and mortar real estate and you're doing rehabs or rentals, it's probably a good idea if you're buying them in the area where you live, so you can watch over them, so you can manage the rehab, so you can manage the rentals. You don't want to be a long-distance landlord, probably, in most cases. The discounts you get buying regular properties, brick and mortar properties, are not nearly as great as you can get in the note business. You just don't have to worry about the physical property. We control real estate. We do not own real estate. We control it. We do not own it. We're not the ones who are responsible for going out there in the middle of the night and fixing a toilet or fixing a hot water heater. If you're a landlord, you are. Think about this for a minute. How many times, if you're a tenant, how many times have you called a landlord Or maybe you're the landlord. How many times have you been called to go out and fix something, at a very inopportune moment, a holiday, someone's birthday, or in the middle of the night, or in the middle of the winter when it's raining or snowing? Put the shoe on the other foot for a minute and think, what if you were the banker that held the mortgage on that property? Do you think that homeowner ever called you to come out and fix the toilet? No, and that's what we become. We become the bank. So we're not responsible for those types of things. All we're responsible for is getting paid for the debt that's owed us by the borrower. Again, you can supplement or replace your current income or business quite easily. It just takes a little work and you can ramp up to it. I'm not saying you can do this overnight. This is certainly not a get-rich-quick business. It's a get-rich business, but it's a slower climb. It's a slow, steady climb. And as you learn the business and you get better at it, your income will increase proportionately. Conventional investing can't even come close to what we can do. Conventional investing, stocks, bonds, annuities, money markets, mutual funds, those types of investments, the returns you see on those are dismal in comparison to what we see in the note business. What are you looking at? Maybe if you're very, very, very lucky, maybe over the long run you might get a 10% return. I highly doubt it, but maybe it's possible. Typically, you're seeing returns in the low single digits. Money markets and savings accounts and checking accounts are absolutely criminal what you see, below 1%. In the note business, we typically, and on a very regular basis, see returns 70, 80, 100, 150%. I'm going to show you an example in a little while where I had a phenomenal return, over 500% in 2 years on a particular note, just as an example of what's possible. I'm not saying that they're all like that, and that's certainly not the norm. I would say the norm is more down in the 50 to 70% range. There's a very, very low cost of entry in this business compared to other businesses. Think of a franchise like a McDonald's or a Burger King or, a carpet cleaning business even, or, one of those insurance restoration type companies where you go in and you clean up the damage. You're talking about tens of thousands of dollars in some cases and millions in the other case, like a McDonald's or one of those types of businesses. The entry cost in this business is practically zero, other than, like I said, your office supply, your infrastructure, and possibly some of the money that you'll need to purchase your initial notes. And even that you can get around. And finally, for you real estate investors out there who love brick and mortar and like doing rehabs and rental properties and all that type of thing, this is an unbelievable way to acquire properties through kind of a backdoor method. Purchase the notes, foreclose on the property, and take over the property. And you can buy properties at, a fraction of their market value, not, 10, 15% discounts, a fraction of their market value. Let's look at an example of a typical non-performing note deal. So here we go. You've got an unpaid balance on this note. That's what the UPB is. That means that, let's say the origination amount on this particular loan was $55,000, for example, and it was paid down to $50,000 by the borrower. It's got a 9% interest rate. It's got a term of 360 months, which is your standard conventional 30-year mortgage. And a monthly payment of $402.31. All right, so let's say you went out and you purchased this at a very realistic 17% of the UPB. So 17% of $50,000 would be $8,500. That was your purchase price for this note. So you just went out and you purchased $50,000 worth of debt, which is what the homeowner owes to you, because you own the note now. You bought that for $8,500. And we're not even including the arrears, any fees or penalties, or any other costs that have built up over the course of his non-paying of this note. So here's some of the results that you could conceivably achieve on this. And these are just two different exit strategies, and there are many more that we can use. The first one is you could get this note performing and then hold it for the monthly payments. And your yield on that would be about 57%. You take your monthly payments and times that by 12 and divide it by what you paid for it, and that'll give you your yield on this particular purchase. And that doesn't even include the money you would receive for reinstating the loan and bringing it current. That could be a couple of $1,000s more, unless you decide to forgive that, which you can do. So here's the second option. Let's say you foreclosed on the property and you take it over and then you sell it. So now you're looking at a gross profit of $41,500 because let's say the property was worth the unpaid balance. Let's say it was worth $50,000, and it's probably not. It could be worth more than that. It could be worth a little bit less. But let's say it was worth $50,000, and you paid $8,500 for it. That leaves you with a gross profit of $41,500, less any expenses which you will incur. There'll be, a foreclosure expense for your attorney to do the foreclosure. There'll be some soft costs, which is like holding costs and, those types of things. Maybe some, homeowner fees or taxes, or whatever is involved. And maybe some rehab costs if the property needs a rehab. But whatever the case may be, you're still going to walk away with a very nice profit on this deal. So that's kind of an example of a typical non-performing note deal. Now I want to show you an actual deal that we did, I don't know, I guess about a little over a year ago, that we achieved a really outstanding return on this one. This was a note that we bought, I think it was down south. It was down south. I believe it was in South Carolina. It was a non-performing second position residential note. UPB on the note that we bought was $13,556. The homeowner had stopped making payments, I don't know, about a year or two into the loan because I think the husband lost his job and they were trying to recover from that. Very nice people, and we were able to work with them and get the loan performing again. After we went through the initial, building a relationship with them and building rapport and convincing them that we were the actual owners of the note. So the borrower's monthly payment at the time was $159 a month, which they were not making. I purchased this note for $2,300 in July of 2011. That was a 17% purchase price off of the UPB, which was, again, the unpaid principal balance. So I got the note performing, and I was able to collect over about a year's period, maybe a little longer than a year and a half maybe, $4,277 in monthly payments and the arrears. And the arrears were what it cost them to get the loan current again. And as soon as it became current, they started making their monthly payments again. I put a moratorium on their payments while they were bringing it current to help them out. I held the note for a little bit and collected some of the payments. I got it seasoned a little bit, so it became a re-performer. And then I decided to sell it. And I sold the note in April of 2013 for $9,850. Remember, I only paid $2,300 for this, and I had already received $4,277. So my total received on this note over not even a 2-year period was $14,127. That was my total received. And if you do the calculation on it, that was a return on my investment of 514%. Or if you annualize it, 293% annual return on that particular note. So I think that was a real home run. We did very, very well on that, and we've done quite a few others just like that. And that is an example of what is very, very possible in this industry. So what I like to say to everybody is, especially if you're a real estate investor now and you look at the investing world as, in a particular way, or even a conventional investor looking at stocks and bonds, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at actually change. So if, let's say you're a burned out real estate investor and you're not satisfied with the success you've had or your lack of success that you've had doing short sales, pre-foreclosures, REOs, wholesaling, whatever it happens to be, when you look at the note business, it's going to completely change the way you look at investing. I have no doubt about that, because when I first got involved, and I knew it was going to be good, but once I got into it and I started realizing what you can actually do and the kinds of returns you could actually achieve, it completely changed the way I looked at investing forever. I couldn't be more grateful that I've gotten into this business. Let's ask yourself right now, where are you in your life right now? What's going on? Are you in a job that you hate? Do you feel like you're stuck in a job or some career that really is not what you envisioned it for? You didn't sign up for that. You didn't go to school for that, or maybe you did go to school for it, and it's just not what you thought it was going to be. Maybe your business is burning you out. Maybe you're in a business where you're working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and it's just not the kind of lifestyle that you wanted. It's killing you, and you don't get to see your wife, your kids. You don't get to partake of any of the activities that you like. It's just consuming your entire life. Maybe you're buried in debt like many people are. Maybe you've had some hardships over the past couple of years. Maybe you've had a sickness or a death in the family, or somebody lost a job, or both of you lost your jobs. Maybe, who knows what happened. There could be any number of reasons, but you're buried in debt and you feel like you're never going to dig yourself out of it. Maybe you feel like you're trapped in a life of mediocrity, and I hear that a lot. A lot of people are just unhappy with their circumstances, and they feel they just don't feel happy. They're not experiencing any joy in their life. They can't help other people. They can't do the things they really want to do in life, and they kind of feel trapped and like there's no way out. Maybe they feel like they'll never get ahead. Maybe you feel like every time you take one step forward, you take two steps back, or maybe one step forward and three steps back. Who knows? There's so many reasons. Maybe you're in a job where you thought promotions were going to come more easily, and they're just not. Maybe there's nowhere to move up in your company, or maybe your business is at the top and there's just no more room to grow your business. It could be any number of reasons. Ask yourself, will you ever achieve all of your goals and realize all of your dreams? That's a big one. We all have dreams and goals, and we all want to be able to achieve them someday, but we get stuck and time passes so quickly. Before you know it, it's 10 years down the road and we're still in the same place we were, and it feels like we're never going to get to where we want to go. That's frustrating, and it's heartache. Or maybe finally, maybe you're a baby boomer and you're facing an uncertain retirement, and there are so many people in this situation. Life just didn't turn out the way it was planned to turn out. It's kind of like we didn't sign up for this, and now, why are we here? All these people that planned on having a real happy and vigorous and really vibrant retirement are realizing they don't have enough money to get them through their retirement and support them for the rest of their lives. They have to end up taking second jobs, and everyone's working, these jobs that they didn't want to work, jobs that they had in high school. And they don't know. They really don't know if they're going to be able to make it through retirement. People are, communal living is turning into be a big thing for the baby boomers. People are realizing they can't afford to live by themselves, and it's more advantageous to move into some type of communal type living where the expenses are shared. So people are compensating for the uncertainty in their lives and the things that they're not able to have. So these are all great reasons for wanting to do something about your life. So now ask yourself a question. Ask yourself, where do you want to be? We know where you are. We know what your issues are. A lot of you, not everybody. Some people are in a really good position, and they, for whatever reason, they were able to make this work, and they're in a great place, and they just want to have more. That's a great reason to be here as well. But ask yourself, where do you want to be? Do you want or do you need to create some additional monthly income? Many people, unfortunately, are in a situation where they need it. They need it like they need oxygen, like they need water. So you're in the right place for that. Do you want to start building wealth? Let's say the first thing you want to do is take care of today. So you need to find a way to start increasing your income right now to support yourself, to feed yourself, to pay your light bills and your electric and everything else. That's the first thing you need to take care of, is today's needs. And then once you do that, and you're at a position where you're getting enough to take care of today's needs, then you got to start thinking about, how do you build wealth? And a great place to build wealth is in your self-directed IRA. And some of you on here may not understand or know what a self-directed IRA is, but what it is simply is an IRA vehicle that allows you to invest your money in alternative investments that standard IRAs do not allow. Many companies say they have self-directed IRAs, but it's not really. It's kind of a false self-directed IRA. They allow you to choose from a menu of mutual funds or stocks or whatever it happens to be, but it's not really, in the true sense of the word, a self-directed IRA. In order for that to be, you need to be able to invest in real estate, oil and gas, tax liens, pre-foreclosures, all different kinds of real estate investments. Notes is a big one. So that's what a self-directed IRA is. And if you have a Roth IRA and you let these investments, these note investments, build up inside these Roth, that money is going to be available to you one day completely tax-free. You will never pay tax on that money. So talk about creating wealth. That's the best way I know of to do it. Do you want to create the lifestyle you always dreamed of? And by lifestyle, do you want to be able to work a couple of hours a week or a couple of days a week? Do you want to be able to go play golf whenever you want, or whatever other activities you enjoy? Do you like going to the shooting range, or do you like? Are you a musician? Maybe you like to rehearse with your band during the week. Maybe you like to travel. Maybe you and your wife or you and your husband want to travel, 5, 6, 7 times a year. This business will afford you the opportunity to do that. So you can create the lifestyle you've always dreamed of in the note business. Again, do you want to be able to spend more time with your family? Who doesn't? Well, maybe there are some people that don't. But if you do, this is a great way to do it. And spend more time with your kids before they get too old and they have their own families of their own. So this is a great way to be able to, make the time to be able to do that. Do you want to be able to work from literally anywhere in the world? And again, I mean that literally. All you need is a fax, not a fax, but you need a, cell phone, internet access, and a laptop, and you can work from, Costa Rica, you can work from England, you can work from France, Italy. It doesn't matter where you want to be. You can do this business from anywhere. And like I said, I have the experience to prove that. So let us show you how you can achieve all of this, and in a pretty quick time as well. With our training program, NoteEDU.com, that is the training division or the educational branch of our company. We have an investment company. Our company is called the Mann Group. That's our note investment company. That's where we buy and sell and do all that kind of thing. But we decided to create Note EDU so we could create these training programs and teach you out there how to do what we do on a daily basis. Let's talk a little bit about what the training is and what it'll mean to you. What we put together is a training program based on our experience. It's cutting edge, practical note training created by a note investing team that does it every day. This is our business. That's what we do. We buy and sell non-performing assets, sometimes performing assets, and we've been doing this since early 2007. The program consists of we don't have any fancy DVDs, no CDs, there's no funny graphics and cartoons and, animated figures that dance around, no flashing disco lights or send you all these workbooks and all this irrelevant, distracting bonus material that we know for a fact just sits on people's shelves and gets dusty. We don't provide all that. It's not necessary. We don't feel it serves a purpose, and it's just there to make people believe that they're receiving all kinds of valuable information when it really isn't. It's extra superfluous garbage in many cases that people don't need. It's more of a teaser than anything. So again, it's straight ahead. It's real world training that we developed after 14 years of combined experience, my partner and myself, working this business, and we've made a ton of mistakes along the way. And we still make mistakes. Who doesn't? I don't know anybody in any profession that doesn't make mistakes. But we have learned a ton as well. And, they're not really mistakes because I consider them learning experiences. Every time we do something wrong or we make a wrong mistake or a wrong decision, that to me is just another way of learning how to do it the right way. It's one step closer to doing everything the right way. Take advantage of the experience that we have in the industry. We learned it the hard way by trial and error. We learned it by doing deal after deal after deal. And my partner and I, we started together in this business, and we were mentored by a very experienced note investor that runs a multi-million-dollar distressed asset fund. And we learned on a series of bi-weekly teleconferences over about a 1.5-year period. And he started teaching us the basics. We'd all get on the phone together. There was probably about 12 or 14 of us, I believe. And I've made some really good friends through this who have stayed with me throughout the years. And one of them is my partner that I work with. And we just went through these calls, and we learned by going through the deals that we owned at the time. And we were buying deals from him. That was his incentive for running this training program. So he was building a network of buyers, and we were building an education and a business from his mentoring. So it was invaluable to us. And that's kind of what we're trying to carry on here. However, our program is a little more formal. We put together this formal PowerPoint presentation in 9 modules, and that's going to be, run for you. And it goes through all of our experience and everything we learned along the way. We have a network of buyers, sellers, bank contacts, hedge fund contacts, all of the people that go into creating a team to create a successful business. And we have these people on our team, and these people have helped us build our team. And anybody that signs up for our program will have the benefit of our experience with these people. And wherever we can, we will refer people that you can use in your business as well. So that's part of the advantage of coming along on our program. So what we expect that you'll take away from this program, and we expect you'll take away quite a bit of it. First is, you're going to learn how to find unlimited sources to acquire all of these assets. And I'm talking about banks, credit unions, hedge funds, asset management companies, other brokers, private sellers. Any source where these assets can be sourced from is something that you're going to learn how to do. You're going to learn how to find and talk with these sellers, what to say, what kind of questions to ask, how to present yourself in a professional and articulate way so you don't look like an idiot. And you're able to converse with them on a professional level and show them that you are a professional and that you are someone that they want to do business with. You're going to learn how to analyze the notes. When you get these notes, they come to you on what's called a tape in the industry, which is just an Excel spreadsheet with a selection of notes on it. And you're going to learn how to analyze these and figure out which assets are good and which assets are something you may not want to buy. And like I always say, there really aren't any bad assets. There are just, there's bad decisions and there's bad pricing. So we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you how to establish values and what to pay for these notes, which is something that many of the gurus out there kind of overlook, because maybe some of them aren't that good at doing it, and maybe it's because they want to keep you in their network just buying their product, and they want the pricing end of it, I think, maybe to be a little bit of a mystery. Next, we're going to show you how to find private investors and buyers for the products, because there will be many times when you're looking to sell some of the assets that you have, and you need to find the buyers beforehand because you don't want to go scrambling around when it's time to sell. We teach you how to build a networking machine and what steps you can take to quickly build a network out there of other buyers and sellers and other people that can help you move your business forward. And then we show you how to buy notes with other people's money. So we go through all of these different topics, and you'll have a very, very clear understanding of how to do all of this once you finish the program. We're also going to show you how you can practically steal these assets from the sellers for pennies on the dollar. As I mentioned before, the discounts that can be had in this business are just incredible, far superior to what you can get buying, REO properties from banks and things like that, or buying semi-discounted properties from sellers and short sales and all that type of thing. And then we'll teach you how to build long-term relationships with both the buyers and the sellers. And these are really, really important things to know in this business. Finally, we're going to show you how you can buy anywhere in the country. You don't have to stay in your backyard. And this is something I mentioned before. And this is really important because this gives you the ability to purchase. It opens up your market tremendously, because now instead of looking just in your neighborhood or your backyard or your city or your state, you can look all across the country. And you can select the markets that you'd like to be in. You don't have to get stuck in a certain market. If you live in a certain market and it's not a great one, you're not stuck there. You can go anywhere. You can go to California, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, New York. Doesn't matter where you live. You can purchase these products or assets anywhere in the country. So we've made it really easy to learn this business. And that was part of the purpose of putting this training program together. We put together a web-based training system with training modules. And you can, once you sign up for the program, you can immediately download these to your laptop, your iPhone, your iPod, whatever it is, whatever device that you feel comfortable working on, and take it with you. Listen to them in the car. Listen to them on your downtime at work. Listen to them at lunchtime when you're jogging or whatever it is. Just listen to them, and listen to them as many times as you want. The great thing about our system and the fact that it's a home-based system and you can learn on, at home on your own time, is there's no time away from your family. People are very, very hard pressed now for time. Time is precious. Nobody has time to go away. There's no travel. You don't have to go away to a 3 to 4 day seminar at some hotel somewhere and take 3 days out of your life to be at the seminar and maybe another day on the front end and another day on the back end to travel. It's not necessary. You can learn all this from the comfort of your home. And the other great feature about it is all of the associated costs that go with the seminar. The cost of the seminar is one thing, but think about all of the extras that go with it. How about the plane fare to get there? How about the hotel bills? You're going to be in the hotel for 3-4 nights maybe. What about the car rental you need to get from the airport to the hotel? What about meals that you would otherwise have at home and not have to pay for separately? And all of the other associated costs that go with taking a trip like that. So all of that is eliminated right away. Beautiful thing about this is you can download these and listen to them as many times as you want, anytime, anywhere, and get started immediately on it. You can get started. If you download this tonight and join up today, you can start tonight. You can start learning these tonight. I know when I purchased programs in the past for whatever I was learning, I have a voracious appetite for education and learning. And I just download it and I go right at it. I listen to all of them, and then I listen to them over and over and over again until I can practically recite them by myself. And that's what I would suggest most people do to learn this material. Finally, this is low-cost training. We've priced this at a price point that is so low that it almost makes sense. Well, it does make sense to do it. It doesn't make any sense not to do it, because you will easily recover the cost of this training many times over on your first deal. That's almost a given. If you look at that example I showed you before, had I bought this training program and done that deal, a half a year's payments, not even a couple of months' payments, would have paid for the entire course for me. So this is really low-cost training. This is as low as you can get, I think. And again, it's invaluable, and you'll recover that cost so quickly. You'll be amazed at how fast. All right, so we've just told you about what you get and why we've made it so easy for you to get in the note business. And all I can say at this point is make a commitment to change your life today. You got to realize this is probably one of the most incredible note markets we've ever experienced. It's a great time to be investing in non-performing and performing notes. What we're seeing out there, the opportunities that we're seeing out there right now don't come around like this all the time. So now's really the time to get involved. I'd say this market has maybe another 3 years to go at this pace. It's going to be around for a long, long time, but at the pace that we're seeing right now. So if you're going to jump into this market, now's the time to do it. So get on our homepage, sign up for the study course now. The cost to do it is infinitesimal compared to the benefit that you're going to get from it and the profit that you're going to make from the system. Once again, the cost for the program will easily be recovered within the first deal. I have no doubt about that. We can get you started making money, I would say, between 30 and 60 days if you work the system and you work it diligently and you're persistent about it and you're disciplined. So, and this, we're talking about creating a business with non-performing and performing notes. So get out there, get signed up for the system now, and you'll really be happy that you did. So just to reiterate in a one-sentence summary, you get 9 one-hour-long MP4 modules that cover every facet of this business, from beginning to end that you need to get started, run, and profit from your own home-based note buying business in the shortest amount of time possible. All of the modules are available right away as soon as you sign up for immediate download, so you'll have the whole system right there in front of you. I implore you, I encourage you to start working it right away and get involved, and you'll be on your way. So anyway, that's what it's all about. Get started today. Go to the homepage right now. You can sign up and start downloading the modules immediately. So once again, I want to thank everybody for getting on the call and the video with us tonight. I appreciate the time you spent with us. I know time is precious, but I'm sure that this 45 minutes or so has been well spent, and you will do very well by following up on it. Okay, so anyway, thank you everybody, and we hope to see you on the training program, and have a great night, everybody. Take care.